Securing data packets from vampire attacks in wireless ad hoc sensor networks. The objective of my analysis is to examine the various resource depletion attacks present at the routing protocol layer, which attempts to permanently disable the network nodes by quickly draining down their battery power. This type of attack is called as vampire attack. These attacks are not specific to any protocol but rather rely on the properties of many popular classes of routing protocols. In the worst case, a single vampire can increase network-wide energy usage by a factor of order n, where n is the number of network nodes. Methods to detect and secure data packets from vampires during the packet forwarding phase is discussed as my proposed system. The most serious and common type of vampire attacks are carousel attack and stretch attack. The carousel attack is an attack where the adversary sends a packet with a malicious route composed as a series of loops such that the same node appears in the route many times. And stretch attack is another attack on the same vein where a malicious node constructs artificially longer routes, causing packets to traverse a larger number of routes than choosing an optimal path. In the existing system, a widely adopted countermeasure to mitigate vampire attacks is the PLGP routing protocol, where PLGP is a proactive routing protocol. It consists of two phases: topology construction phase followed by a packet forwarding phase. The limitations of existing system: code word and certificate identity can be easily duplicated. Extra energy and bandwidth is used at topology construction phase by periodically updating the node status. Since nodes follow a for and forward mechanism, packet forwarding phase increases processor utilization. In our proposed system, we show that destination sequence distance vector, a proactive network routing protocol, can be modified to provably resist vampire attacks during the packet forwarding phase. Advantages of my proposed systems are data packets are secured from vampire attacks, limited energy and bandwidth is used while transmitting the data packets. Architecture diagram. Suppose we assume that the source node is A and the destination node is J. Here, whenever a source node A wants to send a data packet to destination node J, it generates a route request packet and forwards it to its neighbors B, C, D. The same procedure is followed by every node until the route request packet reaches the destination node J. The destination node J sends back a route reply message through the node from which it got the route request message at a shorter period. Likewise, the same procedure is followed by every intermediate node until the route reply reaches the source node. Thus, source node A gets a definite path to reach the destination. In this diagram, the definite path is A, C, F, H and J. The data packet gets traveled to through A, C, F, H and J. Data flow diagram level 0. Here the input is the source which intends to generate the data packets. The process is to avoid vampire attack using MDSDV routing methodology. Finally, the destination receives the data packet and stores for further analysis. In level 1 DFD, verification of code words and certificate of identity is done. Once all the verification is true, the data packet is traversed along the MDSDV routing methodology. In level 2 DFD, one-way signature chain is applied to the data packet and traversed using MDSDV routing methodology. The intermediate nodes verify the index number and metric value. If it is valid, data packet is forwarded to the sink, otherwise it is dropped. Modules. There are 4 modules. First is the base file for creation of wireless networks and transfer of packets. Second is the legitimate node identification. Third is topology discovery and maintenance phase. Fourth is secure data forwarding phase. In the first module, base file for creation of wireless networks and transfer of packets. Here, to trace the neighboring sensor node, to resolve the collision by using RTS-CTS mechanism, then to transfer packets to neighboring nodes, and to finally show the result analysis of energy drained nodes is done. In the second module, legitimate node identification, nodes trace their neighbors using local broadcast scheme. Code word and certificate identity verification is done in between every 2 nodes while establishing a link between them. Thus, external vampire node or malicious nodes can be eliminated from the network. The link will be established only between the honest nodes. In the third module, In the third module, Topology Discovery and Maintenance phase, the source node broadcasts the root request packet to all of its neighbors within its communication range. When destination receives the root request, it sends back a root reply packet to the node from which it got the first root request packet. Then the source node transmits the data packet. In secure data forwarding phase, data is securely forwarded in the presence of vampire nodes. In case of carousel attack, where a packet which traversed through the shortest path of the network returns back again to the same node could be eliminated by checking the index number stored in the packet header and the index number stored in the local routing table of the node. The stretch attack can be prevented by independently checking on the packet progress. The nodes keep track of root metric. The root metric value and the index number can be verified. If the index value is greater than the root metric value, the source concludes the stretch attack has occurred. This snapshot shows the optimal path from node 6 to node 6 sync. Here, the node 13 and node 9 are assumed to be vampire nodes. Here, node 13 forces node 1, 4, 5, 7 and 2 to drain down its battery power unnecessarily. Here, node 9 forces node 10 and node 8 to drain down its battery power, causing carousel attack. Graph shows the energy consumed by carousel and stretch attacks. So far, we have seen the problem statement, the carousel and stretch attack detection. Now we'll see the existing PLGP routing protocol through which the vampire attacks are detected. Initially, the mobile nodes trace their neighboring nodes. Then the nodes verify the code word and certificate identity with their neighbors. If the code word and certificate identity is false, then the node is considered as a malicious node or a vampire node and it is isolated from the network. And thus, in PLGP routing protocol, the data packets are traversed only between legitimate nodes or honest nodes. Now, we'll see about the energy consumption of the nodes if the same data packet is traversed using the MDS-DV routing methodology. Here, initially, the source node sends the root request packet. Then, the source node destination node sends back a root reply to the source node. Now the source node gets a definite path and the data packet reaches the destination. Here's a graph which shows a graph estimating the energy consumed by nodes using PLGP versus MDS-DV routing methodology. Thus, vampire attacks, a new class of resource consumption attacks that use routing protocols to permanently disable ad hoc wireless sensor networks by depleting nodes' battery power, has been briefly defined. Using a small number of adversaries, vampire attack success on a randomly generated topology of 13 nodes is shown using simulation. This suggests that, depending on the location of the adversary, network energy expenditure during the forwarding phase increases rapidly. MDS-DV routing protocol that probably bounds damage from vampire attacks by verifying the packets consistently is proposed in this paper. Thank you.